MSP GeekCon 2026. What a really great, unique event. I get to go to a lot of events, and they're run by a vendor. There's a vendor hall there. This is completely run by MSPs. Mendy and the team, Kate, the team that's there are volunteers, and it's the attendees were all MSPs, not just owners, but technicians as well. It's just a great twist on what an event can be. One of the greatest things is that they had a game night. So many of the attendees are introverts, so they didn't want to go to the bar. They didn't want to do any of that, and so they had these two big rooms set up. One room on one side of the hall was a D&D, Dungeons and Dragons type game that many played. It was all set up. There was people in charge of it. They had to create this car, and there was these tables set up as teams, and you chose a character. It was absolutely wonderful. And then across the hall, in another room, were actually the board games like Settlers of Time, a bunch of games I'd never heard of. And some tables just played one game for the whole evening. Some rotated through many of them, and it was absolutely wonderful. I got to participate in some of them. Everybody's very welcoming, kind. But just a great twist. I think every event should adopt this. For those extroverts that want to go to the party and go to the bar, do that. But have this for those who don't. It's just a wonderful. And the content was great. It was, again, all geared by MSPs, for MSPs, managed service providers, of course. What a just a great event there in Orlando. I'm so glad that I was invited, and I hope to get invited more. So I had 5 great conversations with podcasts. Heather Noggle was the first, from Commodore 64 to cybersecurity leadership. Great conversation with Heather. I hadn't met her before. Great, wonderful catching up and getting to understand her passions and what she does. Steven Spiegel. My goodness, I've known Steven for 10, 15 years with Crew Who. Finally, we're able to talk this way, in this one-on-one kind of long-form conversation, from ice cream shops to MSP growth machines. How he was in the retail, right? He was in ice cream shops. He's from New York, from right across Long Island Sound, where I was born and raised, but where he was first introduced to MSPs, and then continued to work with them now, and what his platform does and how he's had change. Great, really open conversation with Steven. Ashley Pyle, my first time meeting Ashley. I saw her up on stage give a keynote. It was wonderful. She had 4 disciplines, and I said, I need to have her on the podcast. And she came on, and she was absolutely wonderful and very open and very direct, and a very unique style. I really, really appreciate my conversation with Ashley Pyle. John Harden was next, and John was another podcaster, and we were kind of texting before the event. I'm glad we were able to meet. He did speak twice actually at the event. A great conversation with John, building the future without losing humanity. Lastly was Monica Ozaruk. So I got to know Monica more at this event. She was one of the volunteers. She's there in Toronto and has a consulting business, and everything is a system with Monica. Everything is a system. She helps MSPs with that. So great conversations there at MSP GeekCon. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching and for listening. Hi, I'm Joey Pinz, and here's my 45-second introduction. After starting my business in the 90s, I started developing poor habits of eating in my diet because of working way too much. Before you know it, I found myself 340 pounds. The doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. Took the next 7 months, lost 130 pounds. People think there's some secret. Ask me, how'd you lose that weight? Like there's some secret. There is no secret. How'd I lose the weight? Just one word: discipline. I've had other successes in life, and I attribute them all to discipline. Now, I'm not the king of discipline, but I believe that it can help all of us. Friends, colleagues convinced me to start a podcast. The podcast mission: how do we better ourselves and society? I talk to interesting people in health, fitness, sport, wellness, business, technology, science, art, and culture. And I eventually ask them how discipline plays a role in their life. Podcast vision: growth through learning from others.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And mountain bike, how long have you been doing that?
We started in COVID, and I still don't like it.
What?
Okay, so I do it. And there's a period all the time where I'm almost crying every time. But you're so present, right? Like you're so in it. So yeah, we started and then I've just been mountain biking ever since.
In this fast-paced MSP landscape, how do you stay ahead? Introducing MSPinfluencer.com, your ultimate hub for MSP news, insights, and community connection powered by Forza Dash. More than 75,000 MSPs subscribe to our MSP Influencer Pulse weekly newsletter, staying informed and ahead of industry trends. Tune in to emerging podcasts from Joey Pinz and leading MSP voices, offering essential tips, powerful insights, and success stories. Explore our multi-authored blogs, crafted specifically for MSP leaders, delivering fresh perspectives and actionable strategies. Celebrate excellence with the industry-leading Forza Dash MSP Influencer Awards, recognizing innovation, leadership, and impact in the MSP community. Join thousands of MSP professionals who trust MSPinfluencer.com to grow their business and expand their networks. MSPinfluencer.com, where today's MSP leaders connect, collaborate, and conquer, all powered by the Forza Dash platform, helping MSP vendors work effectively with MSPs and helping MSPs grow.
So you don't like the idea of getting there, starting, but once you're in, you're in.
10 minutes. Give me a little time first.
Have you ever been hurt doing it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've gone over the handlebars.
And?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
I don't know. It was fine, I guess. It was a rite of passage. I was honestly relieved to have it over with. Because then I thought, well, I've done it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Right. Now you're in the Toronto area?
Toronto, yep.
Good skiing in the area?
Not really. We ski in Calgary, BC a lot. Yeah.
You have to travel for that.
You got to travel.
And you guys had a reasonably rough winter.
Yes. Not a lot of snow.
And a lot of darkness and... Yeah, I have friends in New York, and it's not the best, not the best at all. Yeah,
not the best winter.
So tell me about yourself before the age of 18. What, as you know, just a few years ago, right? What were,
Thank you.
What drove you? What were some of your wins? Like what were your passions?
I always wanted to be an actress.
Really?
Yeah, so I went to high school for acting. I went to high school not with Drake. But Drake was on a TV show, a Canadian TV show called Degrassi. And my whole high school, a lot of the people were on Degrassi. So I was Drake adjacent. And so I went to high school for acting. And I think it gave me a lot in terms of public speaking, and it also gave me a very realistic job preview because all my acting teachers said, you know, this is not a career. You are not going to make a career out of this. You need to take your maths and your sciences. And I felt like before the age of 18, I really had to make a choice. I either had to decide to be creative and lean into it, or I had to be totally type A, go to university, do all the right things.
Wow.
So I think, that was hard. I think I suppressed my creativity for a really long time because of that. Yeah.
Family of actors?
No, not at all. Dad's an engineer. Mom runs her own business, consulting. Not at all.
So what drove you to acting?
I don't know that anything
Siblings?
drove me. No, I have a younger sibling, but I was always, if there was a camera, I was in front of it.
Really?
Always. And I would do stupid plays. I would make my sister put on plays with me and make my aunts and uncles watch my dance recitals. And I was a real main character energy kid.
You like the attention?
Yeah, probably. I don't really want to admit that, but probably.
Fascinating. But this helped you with public speaking. You just
I
spoke.
think so.
We're here at
at MSP Geek. Yeah.
So we're at MSP GeekCon, of course. The third or fourth year?
This is my second year.
Your second year, my
Yeah.
first year. But as far as GeekCon itself,
Yeah.
how many years has it been?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your goals this week?
I went into it with an open mind, so I volunteer on the logistics committee. My goal was for everything to go well.
And it has. I mean, I've been here. It's my first time. Very smooth. Yeah, a lot of work, isn't it?
You know, my goal was to not micromanage everything and to trust that the people, the amazing team, everyone that we hired to help put this on knew how to do their jobs and that everything was going to get done. And even if I didn't know how that was going to happen, I had to trust that it would work.
Wow.
Yeah, and it did. They've been amazing. So.
And why volunteer for something like this? You've got enough. You've got your consulting firm. I mean, you've got enough work.
I can't enjoy something unless I understand how it works.
Interesting.
So as an attendee, it's fine. But if I don't know how it's working, if I'm not part of the behind the scenes, then I don't feel like I'm really experiencing it.
And how far does that go? Can you watch a movie?
Yeah, absolutely. But if there's logistics involved, then I need to start getting involved.
Wow.
Yeah.
But as an actor, you're just doing one
one role.
Yeah.
And I never cared about any of the stage or set or mic or any of the setup. I never even thought about it. But I think as I've gotten older, I care about process. I care about inputs, outputs, how things work. And I'm not great at community, so I don't participate in the Discord channel. I don't participate in anything.
I see.
And I thought that this would be my contribution because I can help with the logistics side. So it was twofold. I felt that it would be more valuable to help on a logistics side and that I would enjoy it more myself. Yeah.
Do you find yourself making systems a lot?
I think I only think in systems.
That's right. That's everything.
I think everything to me, I said it in my talk, is a assembly line. Everything I ever see goes into an assembly line or it's an Excel spreadsheet. Those are the two ways I see the whole world.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your introduction to the MSP world?
I come from a systems background, and no surprise to anyone. And 6 years ago, I went on Upwork and said, hey, I'm good at systems. And my first client used ConnectWise and hired me.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
And they were
it.
an MSP?
They were an MSP. And then they referred me to another MSP. And then they referred me to another MSP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how do you help MSPs now?
With their process and understanding how their process interfaces with their technology. So we love MSPs, love adding new tools. We love adding different bells and whistles. But if your underlying assumptions aren't there, if you don't really know why you're doing something or what your quote to cash process is, which is all I ever talk about, the
Quote
Band-Aid
to
has
cash.
to be quote to cash. Yeah. So
I'm unfamiliar with that term.
yeah. So how are you selling something? And if you sell it, what's the handoff from sales to your operations team? What's your handoff from your service desk to your, tier 1, tier 2? How do things move through your organization? Do you know the McDonald's tennis court analogy?
No.
Where they took a bunch of McDonald's staff to a tennis court and they laid out the inside of a McDonald's store. And they said, okay, do your job. Just pretend you're working in the kitchen. And they looked to see how many times people bumped into each other or had to cross each other. That's how I see the inside of every MSP. How many times did you bump into each other? How many times did you cross each other? And in my head, it's this red ball that's moving through the organization. And when does the ball go backwards? Or when does the ball get dropped or stop? So, yeah. That's what I help with.
And do you have your house?
That's a complicated question. I am crazy. Like, my house is a warehouse in terms of everything's inventory. I live very minimalist because to me, everything's warehouse space, including the space in a closet. Everything is optimized.
Fascinating.
So I need to have as little stuff as possible. So I'm maximizing my warehouse space. I think it makes my husband happy.
Of course it does.
But I told you, I only own like 6 pairs of pants. So.
And does he have
He's the same. Yeah.
It's much more efficient.
Yeah, we can travel light.
Yes.
We can do a lot of things, and it frees up a lot of space when you don't have a ton of clutter, too.
Monica, is there a question you wished more people asked you?
Oh, that question. No. I think I am not really interested in being asked questions. I think right now I'm finding people so interesting. And, we chatted offline about this. Everyone's so interesting. Yeah. Everyone has something that makes them tick. So I love finding out things about people. And I'm trying to give less advice. It's one of my New Year's resolutions. Yeah. I used to listen to people and think, I've got a really good advice, or I had a similar situation, or whatever it is. But I am trying to listen more now. So, yeah.
Yeah, those people who give me unsolicited advice, slowly weeding them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get it
I didn't
a lot.
ask.
Yeah.
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 And is it relevant to me right now? Yeah. Do you know enough about me to be giving me advice?
Yeah.
What's the context?
I was facilitator for a peer group for a while.
Yeah.
And we were taught, I had a situation very similar to that. And this is what I did. And here's the lessons I learned. That's what you do. If I were you, I would do this. I mean, just stop right there.
Yeah. Or why are we all having the same situation?
Yeah.
So that's my question. Okay, so you had a situation, and we're in this peer group. Did we not solve it well enough the first time to make sure no one else had to be in that same situation? What system did we put in place to not have this come up again?
Are there some things, processes that don't require a system?
What do you define as a system?
Date night.
I probably have a process for that.
Justice.
I think justice would need the most of. So now we're talking about two things. Now we're talking about alignment because you have all those different people,
Alignment.
which has been an amazing subject that we've seen in some of the talks. But I think everything does need clear expectations. I think date night needs a clear expectation, and you can be really excited about date night and your partner could have had a really bad day, and if you're both communicating that expectation and maybe you can move it to a different night or you can change it to a different date night, you should have a couple options of what that looks like.
And when you go shopping,
I use Austrian app. I'm not kidding.
I don't know.
So I use this app called Bring. I think it's from Switzerland. And you put all the things that you need.
Yes.
It organizes into categories. My husband and I can both see it. And as you go through the store, you tick it off. And then I have min-max stock on all the things I need in my house. Wow. And I know when I've hit my minimum paper towel that I need to buy more. So
flour.
yeah, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah. I
Eggs.
keep it all together. I first in, last out, yeah, it's all optimized.
Did you plan what you're going to wear every day at this event?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Amazing.
think I could let go more now that I'm hearing it.
No, I think it's great. It's great. I just kind of put some clothes together. Well, I pretty much wear all black. So
Yeah.
everything matches, and yeah, I have systems for everything too, but a little bit differently, I guess. I wonder. But I have systems for everything that I do.
Yeah.
Certainly something, even just this conversation, with the way the episode gets put away and is set up. There's, I used to be a pilot, so we believed in checklists. So checklists are another system.
Yeah. But do you keep checklists? Do you have a checklist app on your phone? Are you still,
Yeah, for many things.
What's the weirdest thing you have a checklist for?
Weird. I don't know what you mean by weird. Unusual checklist item. Well, I spent a couple days with my daughter. She was in town.
Yep.
I said, okay, well, I want to check out these kind of couple places. I know she's a foodie, but I didn't create a checklist.
Yeah. But you
But
optimize.
you know what? I might have wrote down some things, though.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Maybe there is and maybe there isn't. To me, a good plan means that I can be more flexible.
That's right.
And that if something changes, so yes, I planned what I was going to wear, not down to the day,
Yes.
but I had a pretty general, and it's always that.
Right.
So anytime I pack my carry-on only, it's always the same. And I think that allows me to have a little bit more flexibility and be more present when it comes to that moment in terms of getting it all out of my head, getting it on a piece of paper, knowing I have it done, and then I can relax.
What if discipline wasn't about punishment, but about unlocking your best self? I spent 2.5 years writing Discipline for Greatness because discipline changed my life. And I know it can change yours too. This isn't theory. Inside, you'll find real, practical steps you can use immediately to focus better, build stronger habits, reduce stress, accomplish your goals, and bring more balance to your life. Whether you're trying to get healthier, improve your career, or simply feel more control, this book gives you the framework. Start today. Grab your copy of Discipline for Greatness at joeypinz.com/book. Thank you. I would plan vacations out.
Yeah.
And I would say, okay, we're just going to do these couple things. And then I don't want that. It's not planned by the minute.
No.
There's just some things we're going to hit.
Yeah.
So we can have beach time, and that's the idea. Yeah, people go overboard with it.
I used to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what made you cut back?
My husband.
Yeah.
He's happy I don't have a cluttered house, but he had a disagreement with me about my vacation.
Really?
Adoption. Yeah, we went to Spain when we were first dating, and I had it planned by the hour, and he goes, we're in Spain. You go find a cafe.
That's
you
right.
have a couple drinks.
Siesta.
You have some good food.
Yes.
You need to relax.
So if we go back 10 years ago, Mark,
Yeah.
just 10 years ago, what's something you firmly believed then that you no longer believe now?
I think I had more of a fixed mindset. I believed I wasn't creative. So because I had sort of smothered and eschewed my creativity and decided to go full logistics, supply chain, all this optimization, I believe that the creative side of my brain had atrophied and I didn't need it.
Interesting.
And that it wasn't going to serve me in my career.
What changed?
Recently that's changed because I started writing a newsletter and just because my marketer told me I had to. And I did too. I did a professional newsletter and I was so anxious about writing it and I could not get over the mental hurdle that I thought, well, I'll write a personal version, send it to my friends and family, get feedback, and then I'll put it through ChatGPT and make the professional version. And writing that personal newsletter has gotten me back in touch with my creative side, writing, sharing, being a bit more vulnerable. And that has been something that's been so rewarding for me. And now it's something that I look forward to doing and that I want to do. And sometimes I have so many ideas and it used to be a struggle, but you stick with it. It's been a year and a half now. And sometimes I'll walk around and I'll just be talking into my phone about all my newsletter ideas. So yeah, I think now I am a creative person again. It's coming back around.
Play any musical instruments?
No.
Did you ever?
No.
But you wanted to be an actor.
An actress, yeah.
I see a lot of science in you, but I do see art as well. So when you make a decision, how often do you ask your gut?
Always.
But do you collect data first?
Tons. Yeah. And then I'm learning to collect less or be a little bit more selective. And when I say selective, I don't mean from people who will agree with me, but I have a couple trusted sources, a couple people that I kind of always go to, collect my data, and then that's my analytic day. Then I sleep on it, and then whatever I wake up feeling, my gut will tell me. So I always sleep on big decisions now because my brain needs time to process all that data, to contextualize it, to put it against my actual experiences. And then I meditate or do yoga or do something, go to sleep, wake up, and then I'll usually have the answer.
It is important to walk away. I mentioned the peer groups before. Like being away from your business, it's easier to work on it when you're not in it.
Yeah.
But just walk away.
But then even after the peer group, you probably also need to then internalize all that information too. And I don't know that we're taking enough offline time to bring it all in, and we're getting information at such a high speed and things are coming at us so quickly and there's so much. And then are we taking a step back? Because I'm sure it's happening to you. You bang your head against a computer and then you go for a walk and you go, oh, it's this. I don't know that we're scheduling that. I worry. Yeah.
Yeah, we really have to take time out to really think about that. And in the last 7-8 months, I've had a couple of close friends pass.
Oof.
And that's when, you're kind of forced into it.
Yeah.
Right? What am I doing? In the 90s, I was building the MSP and I was working way too hard. I think you know the story. And, I get in front of the doctor and she tells me I'm at 340 pounds. And I was terrified, angered, upset. And, she says, if you don't lose this weight, you're not going to see your daughter graduate. My daughter was just born. And somehow responsible for bringing in this beautiful girl into the world. And here I am abusing myself. So I can abuse myself. It's much bigger than me. 6-7 months went by. I lost 120 pounds, kept it off. You got to look at these things not as a finishing line, right? These are lifelong changes. People say, what's your secret, what you do? And Monica, I always say just discipline, right? Routine.
Yes.
Focus.
Yes.
Right? Motivation. How does discipline play a role in your life?
Well, there's a quote. It's everyone is the same, only their habits are different. And I am huge on habits, so I also have an app on my phone for habits.
Is it Habatica?
No, it literally is just called Habits, and it's the most basic habit. They can't see it, but it's the most basic habit tracker you can have. It just has 5 habits, and then did I do it, yes or no, every day.
Give me an example of some.
So my habits are, I'm not going to give you an example. I'm going to give you the truth.
Please.
Slow morning, yoga, 12-minute workout, 10,000 steps, and Shakti mat.
What's the last one?
Shakti mat.
Is that French?
No, it's a bed of spikes.
Oh.
Like a bed of nails.
Yes.
And you lie on it for 20 minutes.
Whoa.
And it's acupressure, so you get off and your back is completely red.
Wow.
And I lie on it every day for 20
Do you
minutes.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's so
I like
weird.
slow morning. So in other words,
Slow
stop
morning.
rushing around, slow
Yeah.
down a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't look at my phone for the first hour. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah.
Maybe you do.
Yeah.
But for me, I didn't pick all 5 of those and say, I'm going to do all of these. I started with one thing.
Right.
And then you do it over a month. Is this sustainable? Sure. Okay. January was my big yoga month. Did I do it every day? Yes. Can I bring it into my everyday life? Sure. But I only ever have 5. And sometimes I'll have a great idea and think, oh, I'm going to bring this habit in. But then I have to get one of the other habits out because we're human.
Right.
We come to these conferences and we think, oh my gosh, we're going to do all the things. Just one small thing. And I'm sure that's how you're keeping the weight
That's
off
right.
and you're
You
staying
have
healthy.
to,
It's habit stacking. It's just one little thing that you're doing
Habit stacking.
consistently.
Yeah. Was discipline talked about as a child when you were becoming an actor, or was it exemplified by your parents? How was it handled in the household?
Yeah, I don't know about discipline. I think my parents are both extremely hard workers, and they always wanted us to try everything. So they enrolled us in any after school, anything that we showed an interest in, we would try. If we didn't like it after a week, they would encourage us to stick with it for the term. So usually it's
Sure.
3 months
Season
or whatever.
yeah.
They would want us to stick with it and say, okay, is this something you want to do? I think they didn't have to talk about it because I think they modeled it.
Right.
And I think that that's also a disconnect. So I don't ever remember them saying you have to get good grades or you have to go to university. I remember my parents saying, if you don't want to go to university, if you want to go to a trade school, if you want to do this, we'll pay for you. Do your research, just put a case together, tell us what you want to do. But because they modeled the behavior, I think it made it a lot easier to internalize it.
That helps.
Yeah.
Were they immigrants?
No.
Yeah, they were.
No, I'm third gen.
Third gen.
So yeah, it would be my Oma and Opa on my one side, and Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Is there something in the last month or so you changed your mind on?
It's happening more and more frequently. John Harden's talk, I know John was on this right before, he was talking about, well, what's one hard question you haven't asked yourself? And I tell my MSPs, try to move from a reactive state to a proactive state. And as I was sitting there, I realized everything I do in my own business is reactive.
Wow.
I let clients come to me. I don't do QBRs. I just let them ask me when they need something. I'm not asking them about, are they buying another MSP? Do they want to know how I can help? I'm not doing any of those things. So that was humbling.
Eat your own dog food. Yeah.
I'm like, John, dang.
What's great about the MSP community?
It's so earnest.
Yes.
It's so earnest.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to help run the testimonials here yesterday.
Well, that's right.
And I was blown away by what people were saying. They're so good, you think that I told them what to say.
Right.
And there are these people who maybe have never been in front of a camera before, and they just hop on, we get them mic'd up, and they were so passionate and curious, and they're so excited to be here. And you see that the reason the first MSP started is because someone thought, hey, I'm really good at this, and I see a gap. I think I can help. So MSPs to me are a customer first in a world where we're not actually customer first in so many other industries now.
Want to show your love for discipline, inspiration, and the Joey Pinz podcast? Now's your chance. Introducing the brand new Joey Pinz merch store, where style meets discipline. Choose from premium apparel, cozy hoodies, stylish hats, durable bags, and your new favorite coffee mug, all featuring the iconic Joey Pinz logo. Perfect for podcast fans, discipline enthusiasts, or as unique gifts for friends and family. Every purchase supports the Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations podcast, helping us continue to inspire greatness and promote positive change. Visit joeypins.com/store today and wear your discipline proudly. Joey Pinz merch. Wear it, share it, and live it.
Yeah, I saw the testimonial station.
Yeah.
And there may or may have not been an elephant at one point.
Yeah.
I'm still undecided about that. I former MSP, and what keeps MSPs up at night, I found to be pretty similar over the last 6-7 years. One, cybersecurity. They're worried about their clients getting attacked. If they get attacked, they've got to allocate resources. They're fixed rate, so they're going to lose money. They're probably going to get fired. They may even get sued.
Yeah.
Two is human capital. How are they going to keep their people happy? How are they going to get new engineers? Very, very tough trait to have. And three is just growth. Private equity has poured in hundreds of millions of dollars. Their friends are selling their MSPs. How am I going to grow?
Yeah.
Do you find that to be the case?
Absolutely. I would probably focus the most on growth. I'm an independent consultant. I don't love working with other people. So
really,
the
I
human
figured
capital.
you'd build a system.
Yeah, but people aren't systems, right? And humans are messy. And
habits.
One thing that I respect the crap out of my owners is that they can hire and they are managing teams, and that is so hard and it's so much more complex and you can't standardize it. Everyone's a little bit different. I live in the standardization and optimization world. So the growth side to me is those peer groups. It is those metrics. It's learning the best practices and understanding your MSP probably isn't a unicorn. It probably does operate very similarly to a lot of other people. And if you do want to get a good value, if you do want to go PE or get purchased or whatever it is, there's going to be metrics that you're going to be judged against. There's going to be financial data that you have to meet if you want to get out of your business what you feel you've put in, which again, that's probably not going to happen, but it is good to know what that looks like. And I think growth is something that MSPs find hard because they're juggling so many things. They're wearing so many hats. Cybersecurity is another thing I can't even speak to because I'm scared. In one of my clients' instances, I clicked a malicious link and I thought, well, this is how I get fired. Great. And they were really nice about it. But yeah, I just felt like I should know better. But how do you continue to know the best? And that's where cybersecurity is incredible to me, the people who are really on the front line of that.
It sure is. What motivates you?
What motivates me at work is the moment where someone who's super frustrated with their job gets a little tip from me, or I train them to do something, or I show them a process, and they go, oh, wow, that saved me an hour. I finally see how to do that. It's that moment from remembering that person I used to be, where I wish I had help or I wish I had resources, and I'm banging my head against the computer feeling so alone, and then someone shows me how to do something in a system, how to do my job, and I'm so grateful. So yeah, I love seeing that. That's what motivates me.
You didn't say it, but I heard impact.
Yeah.
So how do you measure success given that motivation of impact?
I think to me, success is, with my reactive approach to clients, is if they continue to bring me in for projects. So that's definitely success. And I do tie everything to a financial. So are we seeing a financial impact? Are we seeing better retention of your employees because you have better processes? Are people calmer? I talk about this thing called run state, which is nothing should be on fire. Things should be boring. You should be able to come into your MSP and it should be quiet. And I did this with one of my MSPs. We fixed a bunch of things. We had everyone understand what KPIs they were being judged on. We really did a lot of education. And then all of a sudden it was kind of quiet for a month and the owner was freaking out.
Wow.
He goes, it's too quiet, Monica. Something's going to break. Something's going to happen.
Wow.
I said, it can actually be like this. You can get to run state. Coming from my production background, you want that assembly line moving. You don't need to be stopping it every 5 seconds and doing something differently and finding a custom solution. You should get to the point where everything's pretty standardized and the same thing happens day in and day out, because then you can start to look at proactive things. Then you can start to look at additional tools or service offerings. So yeah, to me, getting people to run state professionally and personally. What habits, what are you doing to free up space in your life so you can do your hobbies and you can go after other things?
And have a system that gets you there.
Always.
Yeah. I thank you so much for your time. It was great getting to know you better at this event. Anybody watching or listening, how can they get in touch with you?
LinkedIn. Follow me on LinkedIn and read my weekly newsletter on LinkedIn as well.
Very cool. I don't know if I'm subscribing. And it's Ozaruk.
You got it.
Monica Ozaruk will make sure we put it up. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Great pleasure. Thank you for listening and or viewing Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations. Please share this episode with one or two of your friends who you think may benefit from the episode. Our website, www.joeypinz.com. There you'll find lots of resources and you could join our mailing list. Please follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Podcast information, the video version of our podcast is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Audio is on all major podcasting platforms. Please follow them. And if you like it, please consider giving 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. Thank you again for listening or watching Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations.